Hi again. In this lesson, we'll continue our study of present tense verbs. Present tense, of course, refers to present time or now. Listen while I read a passage about teachers and students. In the classroom, the teacher uses markers, an eraser, and a whiteboard. He assigns homework. He writes on the whiteboard and in his notebook. He gives tests to the students. He also corrects the tests. The students review their homework. They also use their dictionaries a lot. The teacher pronounces his words carefully. He speaks slowly and carefully. All right, now I'm going to read the passage again, and I'm going to ask you to repeat each sentence after me. Read it exactly as I say it. Okay? Once more. The teacher uses markers, an eraser, and a whiteboard. He assigns homework. He writes on the whiteboard and in his notebook. He gives tests to the students. He also corrects the tests. The students review their homework. They also use their dictionaries a lot. The teacher pronounces his words carefully. He speaks slowly and carefully. Okay, good. I just want to remind you, it's always a good policy to speak aloud and to repeat these exercises as often as you can. Now let's try some practice. In the practice, I'll say the verb, for example, use, and you will try to make a sentence with it. For example, the teacher uses markers, or the teacher uses a whiteboard. Let's begin. Use whiteboard. That's good. The teacher uses a whiteboard. Use markers. The teacher uses markers. That's very good. Or he uses markers. Assign homework. He assigns homework. Good. Give tests. The teacher gives tests, or he gives tests. All right? Write. He writes on the whiteboard. That's okay. Or he writes in his notebook. Good. Correct. He corrects the tests. Review. They review their homework, or the students review their homework. Speak. He speaks carefully or slowly. And use. He uses an eraser, or he uses markers. That's great. Now this exercise is a dictation. I will read each sentence 2 times. You must write each sentence in your study guide. So put your program on pause, get your study guide, and return here for the dictation. Okay, here's your dictation. Write these sentences in your study guide. I'll repeat each twice. Number 1, the teacher uses chalk, an eraser, and a whiteboard. Again, the teacher uses chalk, an eraser, and a whiteboard. Number 2, he assigns homework. Again, he assigns homework. Number 3, he writes on the whiteboard and in his notebook. Again, he writes on the whiteboard and in his notebook. Number 4, he gives tests to the students. Again, he gives tests to the students. Number 5, the students review their homework. Again, the students review their homework. And number 6, they also use their dictionaries a lot. Again, they also use their dictionaries a lot. And that's it. Very good. Now, compare your written work with the sentences on the screen.